Welcome my spooky friends to today's video. I, Vampira, will be showing you how to recreate my signature makeup look, featuring a strong brow, a downturned lip, and of course a gorgeous slinky black tatter-sleeved dress, so that you too can look ghoulishly gorgeous. Now without further ado, let's get into this video and see how you too can achieve this iconic makeup look. Alright everyone, so now that I have my eyebrows and my base done, my eyebrows are very dark so you can still kind of see them, but we're going to redraw them on so it's not going to be too bad. I'm looking up a quick little picture of Miss Vampira on my phone, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to draw on her widow's peak and kind of accentuate her hairline, because we really want to get that super intense... Okay, here's a great image of her kind of crazy hairline. Obviously this was a wig, a lace front, back in the day, but you can see her hairline is a widow's peak, but then it also is kind of a widow's peak on the side, and when I say widow's peak, that's because she normally has a pointy widow's peak in the front, but some pictures she doesn't have it, and that's because her makeup is really cool in that standard. Like, look at this picture of her on the couch, but you can see her hairline has a much more prominent front piece. I'm not wearing a wig for this. Clearly I have my hair down. That's just because I did not want to go buy a wig for this entire look. Eventually I think I will, because I've done Vampira many times, and she might become sort of a character staple on our show, or on our channel here. So I'm taking an eyebrow pencil. This is the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Auburn. Take whichever color you're using that's really going to match your actual hair, and what I'm going to do is start by just simply starting to draw in my hairline. So I'm going to draw sort of a line in the front, and then I'm just going to kind of continue it into my actual hairline. And I'm kind of continuing it along the sides, and as you can see, it's already starting to form. You may have to darken this with some shadow, just to get it a little bit extra dark. And this, obviously, it's not your real hairline. People are not going to be, like, judging you on that, so kind of go a little crazy with it, honestly. And I'm going to take this up into the center of my scalp, just so then it's not a super harsh line. And just like that, we've already started to get her gorgeous little widow's peak, and in the mirror looks really good. Also, hello everyone, and welcome to my boudoir. We are here in a very special place. This is where I usually get ready. However, I just haven't filmed my YouTube videos in here. So I'm just darkening up my hairline. And kind of creating that little triangle on the sides that she has. Sort of right here. And it's sort of this dramatic, like, curve in that she has. And instead of a curve, it's sort of a straight line back into the hairline. So just like that, we've already sort of drawn on her hairline a little bit more. And I'm just gonna go in and finesse this, and I will be back in a second. Alright everyone, so our fake hairline has been drawn onto our incredibly pale skin, and from far away, doesn't look too bad. Also, love this costume. I will link this costume in the description box of this video. because this is from Amazon and it looks just like Vampira's actual dress, and it's, forgive me if I'm wrong, only around like $30 or $40. So it's pretty inexpensive. And I know there's certain companies out there that do direct replicas of her dress, but they're up in the hundreds. So this one being a Halloween costume version, I will show you guys in the end a full photo view of the dress. I've also just left my hair in some kind of loose curls, and I've pinned my hair as far back as I can. And for once, my crazy hairline works perfectly for this look. So I ironically didn't have to do too much when it came to the actual little like side peaks of my hair. So I pulled it back, and me and Mila, I believe her name is Mila Nurmi, me and Mila have the same sort of yeah, Mela or Mila, I don't know how you say it. I'm gonna say Mila. Me and Mila have very similar hairlines in that sense. So now that we have that done, we are gonna move on to shading the face and beginning our full makeup for the rest of our face. Alright everyone, so now that we have done our contouring, just to make our face a little bit narrower, just to sink in our cheekbones, I have a really bright ring light on, but otherwise the shading looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is take a little bit of a brighter powder. This is an e.l.f. powder. It's very, very bright. I already look super white on camera, however, trust and believe we can still make ourselves even paler. So what I'm going to do is take a little puff, and I'm just going to fold this kind of in half. And then I'm just going to set this powder under our eyes. And this is just acting as a little bit of a brightener and just going to bring that pop back into our face. So now I'm going to take my powder brush and I'm just going to gently dust that away. We're not going to use any concealer or anything like this. We're going to keep our face pretty gaunt and very angular, so my face doesn't need much help in that realm, so I just add a little bit of contour to help with this. And next thing I'm going to do is the eyeliner. Now, Vampira, she doesn't really have much eyeshadow. I'm going to show you one little trick I'm going to do to kind of carve out my eyelids, because she has very deep set eyes. So that's what a lot of the contouring that I did under my brow bone was to make my eyes look a lot more deep set. However, I'm going to use my NYX Ultimate palette in warm neutrals, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of a brown color and just carve out my eyes just a little bit more, almost to draw on a fake sort of like shadow, so that our eyes look much more deep set. Alright everyone, so I've just carved out my eyes a little bit more, and now what I'm going to do is take some eyeliner. I personally am going to use this e.l.f. H2O waterproof eyeliner, and this is in the darkest black color, in jet black, if you will. And what I'm going to do is I'll show you guys this in slow-mo. I won't do a time lapse for this because I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter for you guys. I'm just going to do a line across my lid. Nothing crazy. And just like that, we're just darkening up our natural eyeline. I'm not drawing on anything else. What I'm going to do is let this sit for a second, because this is a very watery eye pin. So I'm just going to let this kind of set, and then I'm going to show you how I do just a little bit of a cat eye. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna draw in. Sort of follow, what I like to do is follow my bottom line out with my pen, except draw it in. And then just connect it down just like that, and you have a classic little bitty cat eye. She didn't have anything crazy. The main thing about her eye makeup was actually her lashes. So I'm gonna do the other eye and we will be right back. Just thickening my liner a little bit. Hers was a little bit thinner, but I just like a little bit thicker of a cat eye. But it's all up to personal preference, whichever you feel the prettiest in. Okay, you guys, so I mentioned that this video was going to have, if you follow me on Instagram, if you haven't already, please go follow me. Haley Ever After is my username on Instagram, because I often do little tiny polls inside my Instagram stories for you guys to help me get to see what videos and things you guys want to see, or in this occasion, which questions you have for me. So I have my questions up here, and I'm just going to answer a few of these questions really quick. Okay, I'm not going to reveal usernames or anything just for people's privacy, but someone asked me, when did I start making clothes and costumes, etc., and what inspired me? That is a great question, and I would have to say today's video actually has to do with it, because it's special old characters in cartoons and TV shows, especially Scooby-Doo is one of them that I loved the costumes of, and I was really little at the time, and this is early 2000s, way early 2000s. And so I was like, you know what? I was like, I love this idea of like replicating fashion, and I used to love fashion from decades before my time. Thus, the 60s was kind of what I first was introduced with Scooby-Doo. And also, when I was a little kid, believe it or not, one of my favorite movies as like a 2-year-old was The Sound of Music. So 30s and 40s fashion actually influenced me a lot, and that's what I first started dressing as when I started dressing vintage about 2 or 3 years ago. So thank you for that question. That is a wonderful question. Someone asked, please tell us what red lipstick you use with a bunch of praying emojis. Well, lucky for you, I have it with me right here. And this is the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the color Pioneer, color 20. You guys can get this at the drugstore for like 12 bucks, and it stays on my lips like there is no tomorrow. You do get a little bit of butthole lip, excuse my language, and that's just when it wears off when it's closer to the inside of your mouth, but you just have to apply that. And when I do like a full photo shoot or a day at Disneyland or a car show or anything like that, I just touch up the middle, like in the middle of my day, and it carries me through the rest of the evening. So thank you for that question. Yeah, this is the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the color 20 Pioneer. And I have it in a couple different colors because I love it so much. Alright, last question I'm going to answer, just because we got to get back to the makeup, you guys, is someone asks me what my favorite horror film is. That is a wonderful question. I have a bunch of horror movies that I love, but some of them I wouldn't consider horror movies and would just consider them camp. But I'd say one of my favorite, like, horror movies would probably be Carrie, the original 70s Carrie. I don't know why, I have such a deep fascination with the psychology of that movie, with the Stephen King book. If you guys have not read it, I highly recommend it. It's super short. Listen to it on the audiobook if you can. It's really, really cool. I love that book. So, and as well as the movie. And I love Sissy Spacek, and I also love the actress that plays it in the new one, which was, I believe, 2016. I'm blanking on her name, but she did an incredible job, and the movie just does it such justice, and it's one of those movies where you're like, yes, Carrie, you better get revenge for all those kids picking on you, and I think that is so cool. Obviously, it's a little sad that a lot of people die in that movie, but as with all horror movies, that's what you expect when you watch them. So thank you so much for that question, my friend. I would say that Carrie is my favorite horror movie. Alright everyone, back to the makeup. We are going to go straight into finishing up the eyes. So what I'm going to do is grab my lashes. Now these lashes are from Amazon, I believe, and they are kind of these spiky lashes. Now I'm just going to apply these like I would any regular lash, and I'm just going to also trim them to fit my eye shape. Alright everyone, so I've applied some mascara, and I've applied my lashes. Now we gotta start the brows. Now that process begins. I am gonna probably use a brow pomade. I might use a brow pencil just to sketch it on. I'm probably gonna use black for this just because it is such just, you kind of gotta use black for that. You know, it's for brows. It's a very iconic part of the makeup. So I'm also using just a little black crayon eyebrow pencil. And what I'm gonna do is start sketching. I'm gonna actually look at a reference photo of her brows and pick one that I really like. Just so that I can see which kind of brow shape I want to follow. This varies much like her hairline. You can get plenty of different brow shapes. However, some of them I like a little bit more in her photos, and I'm probably going to opt for a more sort of elongated brow. Kind of like that, a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is take this, start sketching out my brows, and I will be right back. Alright everyone, so I've drawn on my brows. Now we're going to fill them in and begin this crazy process. I actually might go in with an eyebrow pencil or with a black eyeliner just because it is a little bit more precise, and I will be right back. Alright everyone, so our eyebrows are on. They are sisters, not twins. Let's be real. I'm going to sharpen this one a little bit more at the peak. Obviously drawing them long and thin down the sides. These brows are wild. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is put some bottom lashes. I'm going to use a different mascara. Excuse me, I have a corset on, so when I burp it hurts a little bit. So this is the Colossal Lash. This is for a sort of feline effect is what the packaging says. Now I'm going to use this on my bottom lashes because Vampira doesn't really have anything on her bottom lashes. Like underneath them wise, other than mascara and all the photos, so that's what's kind of the most difficult part about her makeup, is there's not many reference images for her makeup that aren't really like in black and white. So it's kind of a big deal because it's kind of the first huge makeup transformation I'm doing here on my channel. As you can see, it just adds a little bit of interest under the eyes. And just like that, Vampira's eyes are done. Very crazy makeup. These brows are insane. I kind of have to make them a little bit more symmetrical, but you know what? This is the first time I've ever successfully blocked my eyebrows, believe it or not. So I'm just happy that the eyebrows look Vampira-esque. So next thing we're gonna do is the lips. I'm gonna still look at my phone and look at some more reference images face on of her mouth, because she kind of has downtrodden lips. They're a little bit more almost like fish-like. They're very interesting, they're very beautiful, but it's a much different lip shape than we are used to in today's modern standards. As you can see, it's kind of downturned a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take my lip liner. I am just going to use a classic lip liner. This is from KVD Beauty in the color Vampira. How fitting is that? And I'm going to start sketching out my lips, and I will be right back. Alright everyone, the lips are finished. Now we can add in some lip color. What I'm going to do is take some of my favorite lipsticks. Let me rifle through my little makeup bag here. We are just going to use the Superstay Matte Ink. Okay everyone, and just like that, our Vampira makeup is pretty much done. So I will meet you guys in the grand ballroom after I go have a Vampira cocktail.
What I need is a Vampira cocktail to settle my nerves.
I love that commercial, by the way. That is like my absolute favorite. After I go take a little nap in my creepy little crypt and put on my nails, I will see you guys when I take out my hair and everything for the full Vampira look. Alright everyone, the makeup tutorial is concluded. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel. I got a bunch of requests on doing much more, you know, character makeups and makeup transformations, and I hope that this suffices for you guys. Vampira is one of my favorite horror hosts of the 50s and sort of paved the way for the horror gal Elvira that we all know and love today. So thank you guys again for watching. This gown is perfect. I believe it's from Leg Avenue. You can buy it on Amazon or on the Leg Avenue website. These nails are also from Amazon. They are just pretty crazy long black nails because Vampira was known for that. And then just a big patent wide leather belt is typically what she had on with her ensemble. I do have a corset on. I'm really cinched in to get that classic Elvira and Vampira shape, that big S-curve. So this video was so much fun. I am so happy. This is again a little taster for the spooky season content that is to come. This was just a fun little makeup tutorial for you guys, for if you want to follow it for any Halloween parties or such. But I love you ghouls. I hope that you're staying spooky and gorgeous, and I hope you have a spooktacular rest of your evening. And don't forget to enjoy a Vampira cocktail.
What I need is a Vampira cocktail to settle my nerves.
I love you all so much, whether you are new or old to this channel, and I hope that you are feeling safe, loved, and know that you are worth it. And I will talk to you ghouls later. Bye.